To discuss with us the River State instance, we're joined by the National Publicity Secretary, NNPP, Mr. Ladipo Johnson. Mr. Ladipo Johnson, you're welcome. Thank you very much. I've been asking everybody that...
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. I've been asking everybody that's joined us on the news today whether they saw this coming. So, did you see this state of emergency coming? And for how long did you see it far off?
In actual fact, you probably would not believe me. I was with the national chairman of the NNPP yesterday morning. We had an appointment somewhere. And we spoke about it. And I said to him, do not be surprised if this happened. Only for us to come out and later on hear that it had happened. So, and in our release, we said that this is exactly the thing we told Nigerians and people from Kano to act against, prepare against, that we knew that was what was going to happen. It is a shame that it is something that was predictable. It was something that we saw coming all along. But it is unfortunate, as I say, that we're where we are at, and we just hope that good sense, common sense, good conscience will prevail. A state of emergency is not something you should use as a political tool. Once you start, then all sorts of things will happen. You do not know where things will end up, but where we are at.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, now I'd like to please deconstruct this situation we find ourselves here in River State now, the political undertones of the situation, perhaps maybe even adding names and actions to the drama that we see playing out.
Well, I think that most people know that there's been strains between the governor and the erstwhile governor, the minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And we saw what happened, and it went on. You saw 27 members of the House of Assembly publicly saying that they were moving party, only for the courts to rule that they didn't sign, that they were leaving or something funny, and that has been upheld by the Supreme Court. Now, these are the things we say. I'm not saying the Supreme Court is wrong, but such judgments, such decisions erode the confidence the people of Nigeria have in the judiciary. Again, we're there. Now, you have people saying all sorts. We're not going to allow you to impeach our governor. If you try to do anything, you will see the job people spoke, etc. Fast forward, the Attorney General was pointing out that there were explosions to pipelines and everything. Now, my take on that is, have they investigated those behind the explosion? Because you have two political sides. What makes anyone feel that, oh, it is only the job people who have militants? Who says that there might be no militants who are friendly or who are in support of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory? I can see the rhetoric. It's as if, oh, it was the governor, oh, it was the job people and everything. Yes, who can tell me categorically that they have proof that it is not someone from the other side who may have instigated this and given Mr. President the excuse they needed? That is why we have said that the ingredients that are necessary for the declaration of a state of emergency are not there. It is unconstitutional, especially the issue of suspending or not suspending members of the assembly or the governor. I don't know where they feel they got the power to advise Mr. President to suspend.
Now, Mr. Johnson, according to due process,
yes,
the President is supposed to make a proclamation to the National Assembly, which has been done, it would seem, and the National Assembly are yet to actually ratify the matter. However, we've seen him go ahead and swear in a sole administrator for Rivers State. What do you say of the President's actions from today?
Well, I think that ab initio, I thought his actions were rash. I don't think they were properly thought out. I don't believe in what he has done. But I always like to be objective. If you have announced, you've gone ahead to announce that you suspended a sitting governor and an elected House of Assembly, then you cannot afford to have a vacuum in governance. You can't afford to have a vacuum in governance. And I hope that the governor himself and the people of Rivers will challenge this unconstitutional act in a court of law, of competent jurisdiction, and take it to the logical conclusion. Let us know what Section 305 of the Constitution means and how wide it is. Because he has set this precedent. Yes, it's been done before. President Jonathan did it during the Boko Haram problems and what have you.
Okay.
That's a different thing.
Mr. Johnson, I am out of time, but I'm begging the producers to let me ask this one last question regarding the suspension of the governor. Was or is the president in his constitutional right to do that, to suspend a democratically elected governor? Please, if you can make your answer short, please.
I am not certain. I doubt it. But definitely, I do not think the jurisprudence, that's the philosophy of law, I do not think that the jurisprudence will support it, being that one man from a at the federal level, where you are operating a proper federation, will now go to a state and say he's suspending an elected governor, just as he himself has said that governors have no right to suspend local government chairmen or remove them or appoint caretaker committees, that there must be autonomy. There must be autonomy. So the jurisprudence is not there. I haven't looked at all the law, but I doubt if Mr. President has the right. I would be very surprised, and it would be, it would seem crazy if the law, if the courts of the Supreme Court says that, upholds it, that he can suspend it. In fact, the law says he can't. You cannot.
Mr. Johnson, I want to say thank you very much once again for joining us to address this matter. Thank you, sir.